Good evening. My name is Tova Felder, and I live at 32 Twain Place. I delivered a version of this testimony to the State Board of Education last week in Trenton. They aren't all good listeners, though, so I thought I'd also share it with you. Last year, I stood before Commissioner Hesby and the Study Commission on the Use of Standardized Tests in Jackson with about 100 other teachers, parents, and advocates. From different cities with different backgrounds, we showed up with a nearly unanimous voice. We told them that PARCC was a mistake. We told them that it was hurting our schools, that it was stealing precious time for authentic learning, that it cost our districts much too much money. We offered evidence of its ineligibility as a proven, reliable, and valid assessment tool. The state's response has been what we have sadly come to expect: a lame, phoned-in attempt at lip service and a complete disregard for our well-researched, stated concerns. They simply plowed ahead with the suggestion that we double down and make it even harder to graduate without this pointless test. The level of contempt they have shown to the people of New Jersey is epic. I hold on to the hope that you will do a far better job than the state of listening to and representing the people of Clifton, the people who elected you to your seats on this board. This is your chance to be heroes for us, to be the voices for all whom the state has effectively silenced. The proposed changes to PARCC and graduation requirements are hideously misguided and are, like the PARCC itself, a mistake. I could outline all of the reasons why PARCC fails to rise to its stated goals. I could point out that approximately 2/3 of all of the original PARCC states have already dumped it, or that, according to fairtest.org, tens of thousands of students who have met all other high school graduation requirements are denied diplomas each year based solely on their scores on a state standardized test, and that this practice disproportionately hurts the nation's most vulnerable students: minorities, low-income, English language learners, and students with disabilities. I could question why, if this test is so wonderful, so much money is being poured into promoting it like a bad movie via organizations like the New Jersey PTA, Achieve New Jersey, and NJ Scores. I could talk about any of those things, but I'm choosing to trust that you've received the message loud and clear by now. Dana Ogreski of the New Jersey Chamber of Commerce, and apparently the NJ DOE as well, see our children as future members of the workforce. They are important only in their potential to give back. They are the cogs that will turn the wheels of our economy. Our children have seats to fill and time cards to punch. And while most of us hope that our children will eventually be financially stable and independent, parents and educators like me know that we are currently going about it all wrong. Standardized tests don't teach creativity, yet being a flexible thinker is essential to most courses of study and lines of work. Tests don't teach the value of hard work, responsible, punctual, or diplomatic. They don't teach a child how to paint a picture with words so gorgeous that they bring others to tears, or how to stand up against incivility and inequality. Standardized tests don't teach any of the things our children will need to succeed, because tests don't teach. That isn't their job. That simply isn't what they were designed to do. My son, now 11 years old, was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome when he was 3.5. He went through a whole battery of assessments before entering kindergarten. During those diagnostic tests, professionals in this district found that he could already complete second grade level math and read several years beyond his age. However, his social development score placed him at only 18 months of age. I recently got my hands on the evaluator's notes from one of those assessments. She had asked him a typical question: "What do you want to do when you grow up?" My little boy, age 5, answered, "Play with other kids." What if, instead of focusing on a number between 1 and 5, used in a ridiculous attempt to summarize all of a child's ability in a particular subject area, what if instead we focused on helping each child to flourish into the person she will someday become? What if we allowed that child to stink at explaining why 2/3 is bigger than 4/8, but helped her to learn everything there was to know about ancient Greece, because that's where her passions lie? Can I please finish? Thank you. What if we focused more on play in the early grades, as all of our most famous developmental psychologists and education experts agree we should, and watched as that play sparked creative thought, taught important social skills, and led to real-world problem-solving for every single child? What if every child's deepest wish is to play with other kids. And satisfying that is the only way to put them on a path to self-actualization and eventual success in the adult world. What if you listened to the voices of these parents and educators and realized that we only want what's right for our children? And surely we must know what's best for our children. Please help us fight the greed and corruption that is behind the push to use PARCC. It is not helping our children, and I think you know that. Thank you.